Hello, hello, hello. This is actually round 2 of recording this video because the first time I did it, the audio wasn't working whatsoever. So, my name is Sonia England. This is for the final project for Web Programming 140655. So to start, this is the home page landing page. I did call it just home, but in the HTML file name I called it landing as well. So this fills the requirement of need a form, which was, one of the numbers, number 9. So it's got, places to type name, phone number, email, radio buttons, checklist buttons, does have a scrolly list thingy, submit and cancel. This is for requirement number 4, 3 images with wrapping. Originally, these photos with the text were actually up next to this, but when I started repairing the menu, the navigation up here, it kind of bumped stuff around on me, and admittedly, I didn't give myself enough time to really do a great job on the CSS file, so I didn't have enough time to correct that before the deadline on the Dropbox. So, and then, just for the hell of it, I'll click, I did actually include 3. Requirement number 12 was 1 to 5 external links, so my 3 external links are to YouTube videos that I created. Also kind of goes without saying, but this is all stuff I created, so I did the art for this, and then these are actual photos of rental properties I own, and then these are the videos to said rental properties. And they do actually open, voila, it opens. So, and that works for all 3 of those. So since we are on this page, I will also show you the footer. So down here, parking this week is odd, recycling this week, yes, recycling. So the side of the street that our rental property is on, we own 2 duplexes that are right next to each other. When the parking is on our side of the street, the recycling goes out. And so these are actually 2 separate JavaScript files down here, and I'll show you that in a little bit here. And then footer, the footer requirement I think was mostly, what number was that? I can't even remember now. But I got my name, I got that little copyright symbol. I know for sure that one was requirement 13. A contact email as a hyperlink, so that links up to my Gmail account for my business. I didn't put my actual address on this particular application. You can kind of guess that 825, we're on the 800 block. So, but 123 Internet Street, I put a real address in there normally. And then I'll come back to this, but my sitemap is down here. I feel like most websites put their sitemaps in their footer, and then you can access it from every page, which is kind of neato. So, and then real quick, I'll just click through the rest of these pages. There's 8 content pages, technically, if you count the home page. There's 9 pages total if you count the sitemap. So, the About Us page, I totally meant to put a picture of my mom and I with the text wrapping around us, and just completely brain farted on inserting the image. So it's in the folder for this whole website. I just didn't actually get around to putting it in. So, so just a little content around Duluth. I actually did this for the 1410 web design class, and I kind of just repurposed it. But I just tried out changing font colors and font sizes. I actually just went ahead and just did different heading sizes. It was simpler. So. Yeah, some of the favorite things around Duluth. I do have people who apply not just from out of town, but actually out of the country, and they don't necessarily know that the best beer is at Canal Park Brewery, or they don't know which restaurants have the best vegan food or whatever. So, apply page, this filled the ordered and unordered list requirement, which was number 7. So, nothing too terribly special there. I believe it was requirement number 12 that there is a jump to internal link. So if you click inquire here, it jumps back to the form on the first page. So that's that. And then payments, rules, these are just content-y. I kind of meant to beef them up a little bit more than this, but just for the sake of having extra pages in here, that's what that is. Garbage, threw another picture in. This is a picture I created. And then some info about garbage. And then this is where I put the table in. The table was requirement number 8. We make all of our tenants rotate on a schedule of 1 unit rolls all of the cans out to the street for a whole month, and then they have a couple months off. So it has seemed to work out better that way. Snow handling, again, just kind of a little bit of a content page. I had originally meant to put one more photo in here that explains parking, because they have kind of a very specific parking thing going on. kind of easy way to explain it is these are our two buildings technically, and then this whole middle area where I wrote home is actually parking, and everybody has assigned spots, and it's kind of a funky. We make it work. It's better than having to fight for street parking by a lot, but everybody has to respect that you can't take other people's spots, for instance. So, sitemap. I love sitemaps. I particularly love sitemaps on large websites. It's kind of redundant when you're using a thing this small because obviously it's literally just like right there. So it would make more sense if you had like blog posts or if you had categories. Like I can imagine it would be cool for e-commerce if you were specifically trying to look up like age, or if you're just trying to get to the winter gear section or whatever. Or that's like something that comes off the top of my head, I guess. So yeah, I'll show you the code real quick. There isn't much to this. The style sheet I'm not proud of, I will admit. I mean, I was trying to be organized about it. I think I mostly kept it organized. It's not beefy enough. I mean, obviously the website has a look, but that's not exactly what I was going for, I'll admit. I wanted it to be nicer. I mean, it was kind of working, but I just ran out of time. So, I mean, I tried to keep, navigations under nav, and header stuff's under header, and the stuff that's a little more general is under HTML, and the home page was supposed to be section right, section left, so I do actually have sections on here, and I'll show you another thing here in a moment that I actually did do a good job labeling everything. Like, all of these things had class ID things, and because I ran out of time, I wasn't able to really go gangbusters super dupering all that up. So originally, these little previews of what the units looked like were supposed to be up here next to the form. And then when I finally kind of got around to fixing the navigation bar and stuff, it bumped stuff around on me and just ran out of time for fixing the position on stuff. So that's that problem. So then there are actually two JavaScripts. I'm only going to show you this one because they're literally basically the exact same. But this is the parking even or odd depending on which week it is. So, and this actually is working because when I originally started this a couple days ago, this actually did say even, and it did say no recycling because that's the week we were on until Sunday at 6 p.m. when it switches over. So it actually does work, which is kind of neato. So yeah, that's a JavaScript file. It's a little easier to see. I technically put the most notes, comments, stuff on the home landing page. I originally created a template, which I actually think is on my index, if you look at my index. And then I copy and pasted, obviously like the SEO tools and like the menu. I just copy and pasted that across like 8 HTML files and then just went in and filled in the content from there. So that includes like the footer, for instance, the JavaScript files. You can see these down here, parking and recycling JavaScripts. And then like I was saying before, the website I don't exactly remember which requirement was the footer requirement, but I know we're supposed to put our name, a copyright, our address. You can more clearly see this is the href mail to England Properties Gmail, and then the sitemap link. Sorry that this is a little bit tricky to read. I have a Windows Surface tablet running Windows 10 that normally is an absolute dream, but it did a stupid auto update on me, and now the whole computer's not working. So normally I'm doing this in Notepad++, but I had to jump over to my Mac, and I'm using Lighttable, and I'm guessing this is kind of tricky to see, depending on what monitor you're viewing this on. So sorry about that. Anyway, so homepage, you can kind of see this is where the href to the YouTube videos are. I only had the 3 YouTube videos. I'm missing one for one unit. So, and then since we're already here for the accessibility one, this is requirement 17, which I actually think I might have forgotten to put up here in my little comment section. But all of my images do have alt text, so for like this one, this is the 825 lower unit living room, and so if you can't see the picture, it would actually say that as the alternate text. So yeah, and then like I was saying, so section right, section left. Here's the stuff for the form, kind of a biggie. The header is on every page. I kind of just toss that up there with the nav bar. So, and I set the width and whatever, and so this is the one, especially since I kind of ran out of time on my style sheet. This is the one. This is the around Duluth one. So, where am I here? So the Omnivore Eats was color red. I just did it in line for that one. I ran out of time and I knew I could figure that one out, so that's kind of how I did that. And this was the page that had multiple heading sizes, so that's where that's coming from. And then this is the garbage page. This is the one that had the table on it, so usual stuff. And then again, because I didn't have time to style it, I put the style for the table in the actual HTML document, and then obviously that's what a table looks like. So yeah, not much more to it than that. I should have given myself more time. I mean, it's not the worst, but it's not the best. I definitely missed a couple of requirements. I didn't do jQuery, PHP. I didn't validate. I missed a couple things, so apologies. Thank you for watching, and have a super day. Bye.